UN humanitarian agency will lay off hundreds of staff due to funding crisis. The United Nations headquarters building is pictured in New York on July 13, 2023. CNN, the United Nations Emergency and Disaster Response Agency, will reduce its global workforce by 20% and scale back operations in 9 countries as it confronts the severe funding crisis and escalating global needs, it announced on Friday. In a letter to staff shared on the agency's website, the Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs head Tom Fletcher outlined the brutal cut driven by a nearly $60 million funding shortfall for 2025, confounded by rising humanitarian demands. OCHA will withdraw from all just operations in Cameroon, Colombia, Eritrea, Iraq, Libya, Nigeria, Pakistan, Turkey, and Zimbabwe, and aim to prioritize dynamic and full responses in remaining locations where it operates. The agency plans to lay off approximately 500 staff members from its workforce, or about 2,600 employees across over 60 countries, with a more concentrated presence in fewer locations, according to Nazwa Meki, Director of Communications at OCHA, citing a separate letter. Fletcher wrote, "The cuts follow months of austerity measures, including a hiring freeze and travel restrictions, which saved $3.7 million. The humanitarian community was already underfunded, overstretched, and literally under attack. Now we face the wave of brutal cuts," Fletcher wrote, emphasizing that the reductions stem from financial constraint rather than diminish the needs. The Fletcher stressed the agency's pivot towards the lighter, faster model focused on the core priorities: crisis response, sector reform, and humanitarian leadership. The moves align with the UN's broader humanitarian reset, a 10-point plan agreed upon in February by the Interagency Standing Committee and Secretary General Antonio Guterres' UN-8 reform initiative, while OCHA frames the cut as necessary for sustainability. The groups told CNN they fears reduced capacity in crisis zones. An official with the Baghdad-based rights group AI Ammar Association told CNN that OCHA's cut could significantly impact humanitarian efforts in Iraq, particularly in supporting women's rights, and warned that its own staffers could face a layoff without OCHA's support. Fletcher demanded the decisions, insisting OCHA must coordinate, not replicate, efforts to preserve life-saving work. "We believe passionately in what we do," Fletcher wrote, "but we cannot continue to do it all."